Alright guys, hello, good evening. It's an end of week update and it was a little bit red as well, but I just want to go through day to day. So you'll find, let me bring up, alright, so we've got the 7th here. So for some reason, when I enter the trades into TradeView, the program I used to record my trading, it comes up with the day before. So I need to adjust that, I know. So if you're OCD, I do apologize about that. Okay, so we've got FMG buy trade, FMG sell trade. So this here was, I think, to start the session off. All right, so let's go. Sure. All right, so it was a buy-in at 23.48. So to this particular day, my sizing was still pretty high as well. So I got in 23.48. Let's bring up the chart here. So I didn't get in straight away, but it's still quite early on in the session. You'll see throughout this particular week in the review how I sort of smarten up a little bit. So this had gapped up on Monday. I think iron ore was up, over the weekend in early futures trading. And then it, broke below VWAP. The stop, I believe, it wasn't at the opening price though. So it might have been at the low of the gap, but it doesn't look like it was. So I got stopped out there. And then I got in again, it looks like I might have sold here at 22.27, but it looks like I got in short. So 23.20 was the exit, and then I bought at 23.22, out at 23.27 with a lot of, took a while to get that order filled, and then it looks like I sold at 23.23. So I flipped short here as it was. So it was below VWAP and I bought back in there. Now, honestly, I could have held that a little bit longer. I think I had to do stuff because I actually got out a little bit later here as well. So that was 11:29 Perth time. So I actually held that through a podcast that I do as well. So look, this was actually pretty reckless trading as well. But you can see I was already down a little bit in June as well with what I did on the Wednesday and Thursday last week as well. So, I was up, but it was, as you can see, so it was a gap up, opened at recent support, 23.25. So I got in quite late as well here as well. The price was up 1.8%. XMM index was stronger. Offers considerable, to be honest, bids are lacking. So yeah, so there's a little bit of FOMO there at the entry on that as well. Now I share all this as well on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and also in the Facebook group chat as well for the Aussie share trade. So you can see all the depth stuff as well from Spark. But I won't go into that, or else this video is going to be too long. So let's go to the next day here. So again, this is Tuesday, and as you can see, my risk management was definitely caught here big time. So, all right, let's bring up the chart here. So what I did, opened up short 24 minutes into open. So let's go down here. So it gapped down, it bounced, and I was trying to catch it at the break of VWAP, but honestly, I was pretty late into this entry, and it really held pretty firm. In the 50s was quite strong bidding strength as well. And from the previous day, that obviously was 23.48. So we'd moved down a little bit more as well, and also on the Monday session we had actually downtrended as well. So I sold into this, and as you can see, the depth was pretty considerable with the bidders as well, and so I closed out pretty late as well as it broke through the 50 SMA as well. And then I went short. I believe I went short again. Yeah, I did. Should just have a look here. Go down to there it is. All right, so I sold, bought. So we did buy again at 22.62 and up buying. So it was a pullback here, and then I held as it got, and it tested 22. It wasn't even quite 22.80, and it started rolling over. Got out at 22.40 down here, and then there was another final trade. And that was, so I sold again at 22.37. I didn't hold overnight. I closed out at 43. So as you can see, it was here, was the final, yeah, it was the final trade. And it just refused to break below 22.40 as well. So as you can see, that was me closing out there as well. So I held on for a little while, looks like at the final. Yeah, I did. So 37 in 11.19, and then I actually closed out bang on just before close as well. So I wasn't really reading things too well. It flatlined as well, but you know, I was selling into support, buying into, and then selling into, you know, the sell here, it was just really choppy, and it was a bit unclear, and I should have waited to see what it wanted to do down at VWAP. And I mean, there was a sell opportunity as it broke here, but I was sort of a bit, you know, a deer in the headlights. So that was that. Timely on the total time taken here, it's already 7:15. So now we've got the Wednesday here. I really reduced, well, actually the sizing was still pretty high, but that was that trade here. So it's just to sell at 66, a close at 60. So it broke through VWAP, really choppy again still. I think it was 22.80 was the stop as well. I've been trying to keep detailed notes here. Yeah, so stop loss just above recent highs, 22.80. What am I looking at here? Past open. Was up again, iron ore 2, and so it's just one single trade. So that was the sell there. I'm just trying to recount. Yeah, so 71 was really, 70 was really holding pretty firm as resistance with the offers. Rolled over, did break through VWAP. I just sort of let it play out. I was like, it could be a fake out, and it did come down. It lacked substance with the bidders as well. And then, see, this trade wasn't too bad. I mean, again, big sizing though. And that was that. And then that was the close into, there was just an accumulation there of bidders as well. So I got out at 60 with an entry at 22.66. And as you can see, it actually ended up trading pretty flat for the day as well. How it closed pretty much at, you know, my entry there. So that was Wednesday. Thursday again was a little bit, as you can see, it was a red week. Still have yesterday's session to go. But anyway, okay, so again, I was a little bit on tilt. You know, size was still pretty high as well. So I got short at 34 and 39. So as you can see, it opened up and rolled over pretty hard. So I got in 35 and 41 minutes into the open. Now 23.30 was firm support, and there's 1, 2, 3 real good strong holds there. Broke through VWAP, and I held still. And as you can see, I got out at 60, 59.5, 60 with the fills, and then I sell again here at 22.56 and out at 75. Now this is a little bit no man's land really. So this is just more of a pullback into a little bit of a breakout through VWAP. So that was that. And again, so there was just two sell trades, but it was, enough to be pretty inappropriate, really, considering what it was doing as well. And I was selling quite close to support, and I could see that with, if we have a look here, that's not too good, 23.30, just a big accumulation there. And it wasn't, and my chance was given multiple times just to sort of exit there and call it, but I was thinking like it's gonna roll over here. I remember even in chat I talked about like, yeah, it's gonna bust through here, and it didn't. So that was yesterday, not yesterday, that was Thursday, sorry. So let's go to yesterday now. So this is pretty simple. Sizing was taken down, long at 22.97. I kept it pretty simple. So I was, again, apologies about this, but you can see the week, it was a little minor recovery that for the week as well. I'll bring it up on TradeView, but these were the trades as well. So Monday positive, Tuesday really red, Wednesday a little green, Thursday really red, and then yesterday was nice. Yesterday was a good day. So all right, so it gapped up, broke down pretty quick, closed the gap, and then held there at 22.80. So that was pretty well established as a base. I was watching this and I was thinking, is it going to roll over? I had a friend of mine that I chat with, and I knew he was short, and I was a little disappointed. I was like, Scott, that was probably a short, but I missed that. I was slow, and I let it be, let it settle. And as you can see, I waited a little bit longer. That was 48 minutes in open. Sizing was reduced, and I got in at the break of VWAP. Now I could see 23 was going to pose some issues, but not considering, it wasn't considerable. I mean, I could see there were going to be some headwinds, but volume didn't really peak at all. But I liked how it jumped through, and then it was just on. And as you can see, I pretty much caught the top. I think the top was 23.34 for the session, but I gave it some good time. I actually was away from the charts here. I had moved the stop up to break even, but I was like, you know what, this is moving pretty well. The XJO opened pretty strong, and then it started turning to conclude the week as well. I think people calling it early on the long weekend, but yeah, so it sort of really, I think it was 20, maybe even 35 it got to just at the run up there. But that was yesterday's session. So I kept it simple, I kept it conservative, I was focused, and it was just much better. And it was, I guess, reading the play a little bit better and not, thinking about chasing the P&L. Now I just want to quickly bring up TradeView. Alright guys, so I've resumed it here. So let's just have a look at the report view now. So as you can see, that is, now the cumulative P&L is gross as well. So it doesn't take into consideration the fees that I pay for Invast or Spark or the commissions. So, but that's just the cost of doing business if you want to day trade. So that's how things are looking in regards to the last 30 days. If we go to the last 60 days, there's not really much. So I really properly started in May. I really started getting a little bit more consistent, and then sizing got up a little more. And as you can see, I've sort of got a little overzealous. So I'm just going to take it slower, be more picky, and not force things. And if there's not a trade set up for the day, I'm just going to leave it. All right, but that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.